Hey guys, it's Leslie with The Social Lunch. I'm super excited for this video today because I'm going to show you 5 ways to optimize your Facebook page for your business. Now, I get asked often, how do I improve my Facebook page? Are there ways that I can use my Facebook page better or just attract people in a better way? So these are 5 ways that you can implement, and they're fairly easy to do as well. So let's get started. Okay, so the first area we're going to talk about is your cover image. And you can see here that you can upload a video to your cover. So some different things that you could upload for your cover is this is just a regular video showing people some tips. And so that's one option. You could also create a custom cover image. You could use a video introducing your business, or you could create something custom for a new product that's coming out. So any sort of video you can upload here. But what I want to show you, and I'm just going to change my cover image here because it's good to keep things fresh and updated. Now, I created a new image just using Canva. So if you go check out Canva, they give you all of the dimensions for the Facebook cover right here. So 828 by 315. I just trust that Canva is updated. Okay, so I created a new social media graphic for my page because I wanted to change it up from the video. I've had the video up there for a while, and what I want to do is create a custom video that is welcoming people to my Facebook page. So for now, I'm going to update it as my podcast because that's one area that I want to focus on more. Now you'll notice that it just allowed me to upload an image, but I want to click on here. So whenever you upload a cover image, I want to make sure that you click on there and that you're also adding a description, because I've clicked on a lot of cover images. Because if you see this image and you think, oh, learn while you listen, I want to do that, and you click here and there's no description. Well, you want to make sure that you're adding information here so that people can actually do something after. So I just wrote, learn social media tips, tools to save time online, and social media updates on the Social Lunch podcast. And then I gave all the links that people can go and listen to the podcast. So you'll see here, they can go to iTunes, Stitcher, or my website. So you can actually tag products in here. So I'm just going to click tag products. I'm going to click on this. And you can see that the Social Lunch podcast, I have it as one of my products. So people can actually click in. It's just kind of cool. It's a way people can click here and then it's going to send them to my services, and people can learn more information about the podcast. So maybe you create in your services, if you're maybe a heating company and you have furnace cleaning, you have emergency services, you have air conditioning, all your different services. If your image has a few different products featured or services, you can click and you can tag all your different products or services. So I really like that you can optimize your cover image here. So you want to make sure that you not only are taking advantage of your cover, but also of the description. And I've seen people miss out on this opportunity, and it's one place that people will often look at. I mean, it's the first thing that people see when they come to your page. You want to make sure that this is optimized. Another thing to think of, and I didn't actually do this for myself, but once you change your cover, have a look on your phone and make sure that you can read everything. So probably on the phone, this is going to get cut off. So part of the phone showing my podcast is going to get cut off, which is fine. If you keep all the text in the middle, chances are it will look fine on your phone, but you do want to keep that in mind as well, because I don't know, it seems like people use their phones a lot. Have you noticed? So you want to make sure that that is seen on your mobile. And as I'm talking, I'm just taking a little peek to see what it looks like. So yes, so part of the phone is cut off, which is fine. You can still read the words, which is great. So I'm happy with that. So that's the first part, is changing your cover. Now, while I'm here, I'm just going to mention to have a great profile picture. Either it could have you holding a sign of your logo. You could use this in a really creative way. I'm just showing a plain old picture, but I tried to use a professional picture that I went and got headshots done. But the next item that I want to talk about is this call to action button. So if you have it currently used, so right now, what website am I sending people to? This is a free guide that I offer. Now, since I changed my cover image, I'm going to change this to my podcast, just so that everything kind of flows together. But if you click other options, this is where you can send people to different areas. So depending on what your cover image is, I would change this up, because if people are looking at your cover image, likely they're going to be clicking that button for more information. So you can get people to book your services, get in touch, learn more. So maybe you have a new blog post out or something like that. This is a great option for nonprofits to make a purchase or donation, or maybe you're running a charity campaign. Download app or game and visit groups. So if you had a Facebook group you wanted to direct people to, that is where you could do that. But I want you to take a look at this button and make sure you're using it, because it is a great place to drive more traffic, or whatever your goal is. You want to take advantage of this button. You can also view insights and see how many times people are clicking on that. So the next area I want to take a look at is your pinned post. So I don't currently have a post that is pinned so that I can show you, but let's say this is a brand new blog post and it is just amazing. I want everyone to read it. Come to my profile, I want them to read this. So I'm just gonna click these three dots here, pin to the top of the page, and now when anyone goes to my page, they're gonna see that at the very top. So anyone that comes to my profile from my website, or maybe I've mentioned come to my Facebook page and I was doing an Instagram story, for example, they're going to see that post at the very top and they'll be able to read that blog post. And so why you would want to do this is because if you're posting every day or a few times a week, all your posts are getting pushed down, and some people are not going to take the time to scroll through your page to find something that they're interested in. You want to give them your best information as soon as they get to your page. So I would likely pin a great video that I did, a tutorial, something like that. I would pin to the top of the page. So that's where you could take advantage of any upcoming events, a new product launch, that kind of thing. Anything that will benefit your audience is what I would pin to the top of your page. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at is the About section. Now, this should not take you very long to optimize, because there's not a lot of details here, but I want you to make sure that the About section is still relevant, that your products are still relevant, and you can add team members here. I know some people would not want to do this because they don't want people to be brought to their personal profile, so I understand that. It's fine. I have nothing really weird on my personal profile, so I'm okay with putting myself as a team member on this page. And I actually just changed this story part a little bit because I wanted to just change around some of the words. So I actually just optimized my About section today. So I should probably edit my business details, but if you wanted to put a start date or your mission, that kind of thing, this is where you would do that. So you want to make sure that your website and your email address are correct, and just make sure that it's optimized and up to date. You never know when something has changed. Maybe you've changed locations and you just forgot to change this. So this is a good idea to check in and change every once in a while. Now the last section is if you have the services tab, I want you to click into it because this is also an underused area of Facebook. This is where you can add any services and you can think a little bit outside the box. So for me, I actually added that I have a free guide, which is social media for business. It's free, you can go download it. So I added this here because essentially it is a service that I offer. It's a free download, but I know a lot of people have free guides and different freebies and checklists and things that they want to use to grow their email list. Well, you can add this here because it's an area that people might click on to see what services you offer, and they'll see, oh, they have this handy checklist that I can go and download for free. I want to do that. And that's one way that you can grow your email list. Now, I have also a course that people could take online to learn how to optimize their social media profiles. And so I've included that here because that's essentially a service that I offer. And then I have the social media podcast, which although it's not really a service, it kind of is. So I added that in there so that people know that that is some free information that I give away. And then of course underneath is some of the standard services that I offer. But I want you to take a look at this and think of what you could put here. Simply just adding your services with a picture, brief little description. It's a way if people are clicking on your profile or on your page, you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of this area. So those are the areas I have for you today. There's so much else that I could talk about: reordering your tabs, adding new custom tabs. There's lots of different cool things you can do with your Facebook page. I know I added some custom tabs for a real estate agent. I believe I used Wishpond, possibly. Maybe that's an idea for a future tutorial, but those are some of the areas I would like you to take a look at on your Facebook page. And let me know if you need any more help. I would be glad to answer any questions you might have. So thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And like always, if you're liking these videos, make sure to subscribe so you get notified every time I send out a new video.